Thank you.
Welcome. Welcome to another month of free mini live Akashic record readings. I'm Jeni Holla, the Akashic Nomad, and I love doing this every month. I really get a lot of joy out of it, of being able to show up here, share my gifts with you, help you to get more clarity, help you to get the answers that you may be seeking, helping to reflect things back to you, bring in new awareness, all of that amazingness. So if it's your first time here, welcome. And as I know, as people are hopping on this live, because I'm in multiple locations, I'm just going to share a bit of some updates because it is the 11th. And so there are so many amazing things happening. First thing that I would like to share with you, if you don't already receive my weekly channeled messages, weekly-ish, let's just be real. Sometimes it doesn't go out every week. That's my intention. And when it is flowing, I share channeled messages from the Akashic Records. And so if that's something that you want to receive in your inbox, you can go to jeniholla.com and make sure that you confirm your email. I think there's about 4 or 5 of you hanging out and unconfirmed. And so you will not get the welcome channel message or any of the other messages unless you confirm the email. So make sure you do that. Also, want to share that if you are enjoying the value that is provided today and you want to make any donations, you want to give back or anything, whatever you feel called, I do have a Buy Me a Coffee page. I'm so grateful. I received some of these after last month's reading, so I'm going to leave that up here. And the last thing that I'm going to share as everybody's hopping on, and if you have a question, drop it in the chat. Ideally, the questions are going to be more open-ended questions. Yes, no questions aren't really the best fit for Akashic record readings, although you ask what you ask, and then I'm going to tune in and share what it is that the record keepers are sharing as guidance for you from your records. The reason I say that is because what this reminds me of is the quality of your questions can determine the quality of the answer, as well as your openness to the experience. And what I mean by that is you may be open, like mentally, because you're here, but there could be things energetically or at a subconscious level that you may be closed off to certain answers or certain experiences. So only the things that are going to come through are going to be the things that are in your highest and best good, and that the record keepers believe that you are ready to receive in this now moment. And so know that that is everything that you get. You have the option to take it or leave it. You can use your own discernment to choose what resonates and what doesn't. What I find for myself is that a lot of times what comes through on readings, like let's say I have a full hour reading with another Akashic record reader, or even if I'm even channeling for myself, I will receive messages that maybe don't make sense or I feel like aren't relevant or aren't pertinent for that specific scenario. I'm like, I don't need that. What's funny is a lot of time, a lot of those messages end up showing themselves, end up becoming more clear, end up being something in my life. I'll give you an example, and this was not in an Akashic record reading. And so I see, before I share the example, as you guys are jumping on, if you want to get a free mini reading, pop your question in the chat, in the comments, or in the little box below, and I will go in order as I see the comments. And of course, as more people hop on and want to get a free mini reading from the Akashic Records, I will follow my intuition on who to go first. If there are people who have never had a reading, I might go to them and might go a little bit out of order, but understand I have this on 3 platforms, so I see all the comments as they come through here on StreamYard. Okay, so the story, and this is not an Akashic record reading, but this was still an intuitive reading where it was shared with Jay and I before we started this nomad journey. The woman we were working with, she said, I see you guys with 2 dogs. And we were like, no way. There's no way we're ever getting 2 dogs. That's crazy. And I need to find, I keep saying this, I need to find the recording because I swear that she said one of the dogs would be tan. And so fast forward almost like 2.5 years to maybe even, I don't know, it could be 3 or 4. Fast forward 3 years maybe. Here we're on this nomad trip. And we have 2 dogs now. We have 2 dogs now. and the second dog is tan. So that's what I'm saying. Sometimes the information that comes through doesn't make sense, and it could be that it just reveals itself later. So Carrie, I see you're here. Carrie, thank you for coming. And Karen, you said you don't even know what to ask. Okay, so let me pull up something here real quick, and then I can read some examples and share some examples. So what happens when I do a one-on-one reading with somebody where it's just me and you and it's private and you can literally ask anything, versus in a public format, some people may have certain questions that they may want to ask or not feel as comfortable asking other questions in a private setting, which is just fine. Let me pull, everybody who books a reading with me gets a preparing for your Akashic record reading PDF that gives you some examples of what to expect, gives you some example questions, and you never have to use any of these. Give me 1 second. All right. So some examples of some questions. So I actually channeled some questions and I included these. So if you're on here and you've had an Akashic record reading with me in the past and you book another one sometime here in the future, these questions are new. So make sure you open the PDF if you want to see it. And if not, that's fine. Do whatever you feel called to. So some examples of some questions. These are some of the ones I channeled when I asked from the records. What steps can I take to raise my vibrational frequency? What is holding me back? And what blocks are present from seeing my soul purpose even more clearly? What is not serving me that's in my energetic field? What else is available to me that I'm not seeing or recognizing? There's so many questions along those lines. And of course, you can always ask like, just like more open-ended questions, like what can I know about this situation? What can I know about these next steps? What can I know about my relationship with this person? Now, when it comes to questions that have to do with other people, what will happen in a reading is it's going to be related to you and your soul purpose and your growth. It's not necessarily going to read all of their records and tell you about their records. It's what is pertinent and relevant to you. So you can't necessarily ask, well, I mean, you can ask whatever you want, but you may not get the answer. Where you may ask like, oh, can I know that my daughter is going to have a baby? Or can I know that my daughter will find love? I don't know, something like that. Like that's more relevant to her. So any information that will come through, if there is anything shared along those lines, it's whatever is relevant and pertinent to you as it relates to the two of your relationship. So Karen, let me know if that gave you a couple of ideas. I didn't want to sit and read all of the questions that are on here. And if you're just now arriving and you have a question, pop it in the comments. I'm going to do one question per person and do free mini readings here. So Stacy, I see that you're saying that you've tried to get in the Akashic records, but you can't seem to be able to read your records. So if you could pop in the chat, let me know. Okay, so you're saying, I would love to know, I'm just now seeing this, Stacy. I would love to know how to receive my gifts, mediumship, psychic, what is blocking me? Okay, so Stacy, if you could just clarify for me if you want me to tune into the first part of that about the Akashic records, or you just want me to tune into the second one. Karen, I see your question, so I'll get to you next. I'm going to start with Stacy. And Prahan, nice to see you here. Thank you for coming. I see most of you are on YouTube today, so thank you so much for being here. Or at least those of you who are commenting, you may be on other platforms. And sounds like the neighbor decided to cut his grass for the first time in the past 2 weeks. So if you hear that buzzing in the back. Okay, Prahan, I see your question, so I'll get to you next. Okay, so the first part, then maybe I can figure out the second. All right, Stacy, give me 1 second. Let me tune into your records. All right. So Stacy's question. I've tried to get in the Akashic Records, but I can't seem to be able to read my records. So the question is along the lines of, what can I do to read my records? Okay, so there are a couple things coming through here for you, Stacy. They are, the very first thing is they're sharing, like, you have to breathe. You have to breathe. And I was hearing it in a very playful nature, where there's a song, and I don't know what the song is. It came through very melodic like that, where it was very playful. And it was like, I heard, like, then you gotta breathe, then you gotta breathe, then you gotta breathe. Like, I heard it in a song, and I wish I could sing, because then I could sing it to you the way I heard it. And this isn't just, they're sharing that this isn't just, okay, you got to take a breath. This is more in the presence and really just being more playful with it. Let me see what else they have to share. They're also sharing here that you have, in fact, connected with the Akashic Records, and you've done it quite successfully. The thing is like, what they're showing me a vision of what you're looking through, and this is looking with like quotations, is that you're, what they're showing me is, it's like you've seen it, but in a way you've kind of blocked it off, where I just see it as like a long black, like as if I'm looking through a peephole where I can kind of see, but it's blocked off. Like there's, oh, okay, another example. So if you remember, maybe you've done this as an adult, but I remember as a kid being in science class and looking through the microscope, or even looking through binoculars. Like if you have them a certain way, it kind of blocks and you can't see, and there's like kind of a thing there with it. That's what they're showing me. They're saying that you have in fact connected. It's just it's like a tunnel vision. It's as if you're looking in the records with like a pinhole type of experience, like this, like, what is here? What is here? I can't see anything. I can't see anything. And they're like, yeah, like look from a bigger perspective, like look more expansively. And there's, it is really hard. Like if I did the whole reading like this would be really hard to do. Like I can hardly even read the stuff in front of me. And even with that, I was feeling a lot of tightness up in my chest. And I, once again, feel like I really wanted to breathe. So if you just take a couple breaths and release that, because there is some energy there for you to release. Yeah, they're sharing that there's two things. Like I'm feeling a tingling on my crown, and just specifically on the right side of my crown, I'm feeling the tingling. And they're sharing here, you are ready. You are ready for this, but there's something that you're afraid of. Like you're afraid of something. You're afraid of, you're afraid of the magic that you will feel. You're afraid of the magic that you will feel. Afraid that you aren't able to fully hold the magic and to be able to receive that. Like, it's like there's an expansiveness that they're showing me that's available to you, and they're just inviting you to like go from the little pinhole to the expansiveness and just accept and breathe and receive, and just allow yourself to be. No pressure, no musts. They're sharing, the last thing that they're sharing here is that you have a gift. You have a gift, you have a gift, you have a gift. They're inviting you to remember this, to honor it, to believe it, and embody it. To trust and know that you have a gift. And they're showing it like a combination of two things, like it's an onion, or like a veil over it. It's like you're taking off the veil and peeling the onion. Like these layers of protection that are there. So sending you love, Stacy. I love your guidance. Thank you. And interesting. I love you sharing that. It's true. Thank you so much for being here and for trusting me. So I am going to disconnect from your energy and I will move to the next person. If you're here and you have a question, go ahead and drop it in the comments. The more open-ended, the better. And I will be right with you. So I'm just disconnecting from Stacy's energy. All right. Stacy, I opened my eyes after disconnecting. You said, I desire the magic, but I do fear it. You're very welcome. Keep me posted on how everything is going. So let me come up and see. All right, Karen, you are next. And then I see Roman. You'll be after that. All right, Karen. Karen, I love this because when I was connecting to you and your records, I saw a vision like like a vision of light, like you just like exploding out with so much light, like you're opening up, you're cracking open, like it's just like it was such a beautiful vision. And I wanted to share that with you. Like it's so beautiful, like just showing me the being of light that you are and just expanding out for all to see. All right, so let me scroll up to your question here. Karen's asking, can I know that I'm on the right path with my career? So let's see what they want to share with this. So they're coming in with a very like loving and yet slightly cheeky energy where they're saying, but I don't know, are you on the right path? Do you believe that you're on the right path? Is this in fact what you desire to be your path? For the path that's in front of you has opened up. And the question we would like to ask you is this path of your true desires? While it may be the path that is opened up in front of you, while it may be the things in which you see in front of you, is it in fact of your true desires? We would like to share with you and reflect back to you that there are aspects of your true desires in this path. Yet at the same time, it's like little sprinkles of this path. That is all we would like to say about this because we would like to invite you to connect to that which is and that which you desire, and to connect from a space of pure freedom, to connect from the space of light in which we shared with the vision, and to connect from that space and to make those decisions from the expansive, beautiful light space. And what they're sharing here too is they're saying, we are not saying for you to get off any path. This isn't about getting off a path or changing path or fixing something or doing something. This is about aligning with each and every step, with each and every foot you put down on that path. That is what feels really good, and that's what moves you forward. And they're showing, the way that they're showing it is like, as you're taking steps on this path, right? Like the way that the steps are is you're stepping, and some steps are muddy, some steps are sandy, some steps are on like firm ground, like a concrete or something. Like the steps are different. And it's as you're, the way that the vision that they're giving is like you're on this path. And as you're taking the steps, like the path is kind of like moving and going with you as you're doing it. So it's not like, I'm just going to show, like, explain this even clearer. It's not like I'm seeing where there's multiple paths and you need to like move and go to this path. No, it's more of like the path is going to mold with you with every step that you take, with the intention that what it is you're stepping on is what serves you and supports you. And they're also sharing with this that this isn't about, oh, but the mud doesn't serve me, or the sand doesn't serve me, or the concrete doesn't serve me, or the grass does. It's not about like what logically makes sense. What would logically make sense as far as like your physical body walking on these things. It's about what makes sense to your soul. What connects you the most and what feels the most amazing. And so in this visual, in this thing that they're giving, it's like, if it feels good stepping in the mud or stepping in the sand or stepping on the concrete or whatever it is you're stepping on, keep stepping on that. And it's like the path will become more and more clear. The more that you're stepping on the things that aren't in alignment or that are coming from a place outside of you, it's like it keeps this path still moving you forward, but it's like the path has all the different steps, right? It has all the different types of steps versus all of the steps coming together in a way that supports you. So I'm going to trust that that's landing. I'm going to see if there's anything else that they want to share. And if you have any comments, feel free to drop them in. I'm going to see if there's anything else they want to share with this. And then I will move on if there's nothing else. They're just reminding you, you are a being of light. You are amazing. You are so beautiful and so wonderful and so amazing. Let that be your guiding light. Let that be your guiding light. That feels really good. Thank you, Karen. Karen says that is amazing. It really does answer some questions. Thank you for trusting me. Thank you for spending your time. I'm going to disconnect from your energy, and I am going to move to the next. I think that Roman is next. So let me go ahead and disconnect here. If you have a question, go ahead and pop it in the comments, and I am going in order of what I see here. Karen, as I'm disconnecting, they're like, sending you love. It's like, what I'm doing is I'm sending like white light down, and they're like, just sending you love as I'm disconnecting. All right. Love back. Awesome. All right. All right. Give me 1 second here. All right. So the next one I see here is I am Roman Yadav. I hope I pronounced that right. From India. Can you please read my Akashic record? I'm having relationship issues with my husband. What is the purpose of my life? So those are definitely two different questions. What I'll do is I'll tune in to what you wrote down, and we'll see what comes through. Okay. And if you want to ask a specific question about one of those, you can put it in the comments. And then after I connect and I look back up, if there's a comment where you're wanting me to focus on one specifically, then I can do that. Okay. Okay. I see that you want me to tune into the relationship issues. Okay. Okay, so I will say that as I was connecting to you in your records, Roman, or Roman, I hope I'm pronouncing it right. As I was connecting, the visuals that I was getting were very it's interesting because I've not had this yet when I've connected, so I'm trying to figure out what words to explain because this is something different. So it's like the energy and what they were showing me was very sludgy. It was very like heavy. The energy was very heavy. And this isn't necessarily saying that your Akashic records are heavy. This isn't an exact thing. The energy in which is connecting right now was very heavy. Like it felt very slow moving. And I was intuitively guided to repeat my process a second time to connect in even deeper to this. Okay. Yeah, when I'm tuning into the question, the energy is weighing me down. It's a very heavy energy that's here. I'm getting weighed down with the energy, and they're not sharing any words right now. They're actually bringing some pressure into my head from a headache standpoint. And they're letting me know that this is a very sensitive matter. This is very sensitive in that the words that will be expressed in this live public manner are to be of utmost importance. And to be very clear. And they're asking me to be even more mindful and taking my time to connect to and pausing before I say anything. I keep seeing a vision of and having feelings too of strangling. Now I want to say that when I see visions, they're not always like the exact thing. Sometimes they represent something else. So even though I may be seeing a vision of strangling, doesn't mean that that is actually specifically what is taking place. Could be, it could not be. I don't know. It could also just have another meaning there as far as, and I'm just sharing this for anybody who's new or watching this, that sometimes we hear certain words and we may attach meaning or we may attach something to it. And it could just mean that maybe your energy is being strangled from the way that you're perceiving the situation. But the way that they're showing it to me, and they've showed it a couple times, is they're showing it like a strangling, where it's just like, I feel like I have a shortness of breath. And I feel they're having me feel very like cut off, disconnected. Like they're having me see as if I'm seeing life through like whatever this would be, kind of like through little holes or through, like just through. I'm also feeling very sad. They're having me feel a lot of sadness. And with this too, with the energies that I'm feeling when I'm feeling them, they could be, once again, literal for you, or they could also be where the energy is being stored and where energy needs to move, or they could mean something completely different. So I'm feeling this sadness, but I'm also being shown, and if you feel guided too, you can do this as well, but I'm being shown to just, if you feel guided, to put your hand on your heart. Now close your eyes. And any places where this energy or where these feelings are showing up for you, to just breathe into them. And to allow yourself to be in like your space. The visual that they're giving me is there's, as you're breathing and as these other energies or discomforts or pains or whatever else is there, even if just for a moment you're breathing and you're letting those, like it's creating space for you to be present in your body and for you to be present with you and your soul and your energy. And so I'm seeing, as I'm seeing each breath is creating space for these things to move out to the sides or even out and away. It's creating space. So Roman, that is the message today, is to invite you to, as often as possible, when you feel safe, when you have the space, whether you can go into a bathroom or you can go in your car or wherever you have space, is to be able to breathe in and create space for you to connect with you and your energy and to move all of the other things and energies and allow your breath to create space in your body. That is the guidance that's being shared today. I'm sending you lots and lots of love. Sending you lots and lots of love. I see that Carrie said, I have a hard time speaking. I was shown to strangle as well. So honoring whatever came up for you, Roman, whatever came up for you, whatever the experience was, whatever dropped in, honoring whatever that is for you. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for trusting me. Sending you love, sending you love, sending you lots of love. And I'm going to disconnect and move on to the next question. And after I disconnect, I will peek and see if you popped any comments in or anything else that you want to say or share. And sending you lots of love. Thank you so much. Okay, let me see who is next. Yolanda, I happen to see you said you would like a reading. So the best things, I also see you commented, I want a home. So best thing is to put a question in the comments and I will, when it's your turn, I will come over. Let's see. All right, Sandy, hi, welcome back. So Sandy, Sandy says, hello, any messages, please? I'm resuming work this Friday after being sick for over a week. I'm apprehensive about the backlog, but also happy that I might cross paths with the man from work I really like. Okay, let's see what they want to share. Excuse me, energy's moving. Okay. Actually, I'm being shown, for me, this is for me. If anybody else feels this way, just to stand, like I'm going to stand up and shake out and just kind of move any energy. I got a nice view of my midsection there, my crotch, but hey, that's what I was guided to do, so that's what I did. All right. Yeah, Carrie, shaking with me. Okay. Saying I'm going to connect. All right, Sandy, as I'm connecting to your records, the first vision that I'm seeing is I'm seeing fireworks going off. So just want to honor that and share that with you. And looking back at your question here, resuming work this Friday after being sick for over a week. I'm apprehensive about the backlog, but also happy that I might cross paths with the man from work. So this is just a general, any messages around what you typed in here. So I'm seeing a vision of you. I'm seeing a vision of you like skipping around, and I'm seeing like you're just in a very playful state. You've got yellow flowers. They look like daisies, but it's possible they aren't because I don't know flowers. So it's like you've got flowers and you're skipping around and you're very lighthearted in your energy. And they're showing, okay, so now they're showing like you have a basket and you're just kind of like dropping flowers and singing and humming, and you're like, and you're like, hi, have a beautiful day. And you're dropping them off with kind of each person. And you're just sharing your joy and sharing your love around with everybody. Very beautiful vision for you. They're also sharing that you have been lightening up. You've been lightening up overall, and they want to honor that you have been releasing some things that have been weighing you down. And so you're very light. They're showing just like you're very light. You've been releasing some things. So they want to honor that you've been doing that, and they want to celebrate that because the way that they're showing it is like that vision of you kind of like humming and dancing and singing around and dropping off flowers and just being in this like blissful state. Like it's just like, this comes to me and I'm so grateful. Oh, I love this. And this comes to me and I'm so grateful. And it's just a very playful, light, beautiful state. And so if this is not something that you're currently doing, you are being invited to really call in this energy and to be able to bring more of that in your life if you're not already doing it. Yeah, it's interesting because I usually have my eyes open when I'm tuning in, but like they're just closing my eyes and just inviting me and you, if you feel called, to just really like feel into this energy, feel into this like lightness of this vision that they gave of just like, just feel into that, really, really connect to that. Yeah, like I just want to move. Like I want to move very like in flow and just, it's just so yummy. It's such a yummy feeling. And it has me feeling very connected to my body in this present moment. She said, yes, indeed. I'm taking things less seriously as I've been through a lot lately. I'm grateful for the little things in life. That's so beautiful. Like, Such a beautiful confirmation. Let me see if there's anything else they want to share. Yeah, that completes the message today, Sandy. Like, this is a very complete message for you. Very complete message. So thank you so much for being here and trusting me. I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Colleen, hi, welcome. You said, how do I get in on some of this yumminess? Just pop your question in the chat. We have about 15 minutes left. So if we have time, I'll get to you, Colleen, and ask your question. 15, 20 minutes or so left. So disconnecting from Sandy. You're welcome, Sandy. Beautiful. All right. Let me see who's next here. Audrey, you would love any birthday messages. Happy birthday, my dear. Thank you for being here. Oh, it's Audrey's birthday today. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, Audrey, let's see what magic is here for you. They're not even letting me get through my process here. Like, look, let's just put it this way. I'm connected as quickly as I can be connected, but I still honor my process of what I do to connect in. And they're like not letting me get through because like literally like I'm just I'm just seeing like just this big part like woo! Yeah, like there's this big like celebration and they're just like dancing and they're like, come on, let's go, let's go. It is so fun. And Brandy Weber says happy birthday. And I'm honoring that I'm seeing that. Her comment came at 11:44. It's 11:44 right now. It's so freaking perfect. Let me see what, like, if they have any other messages, because they definitely were wanting to celebrate with you, Audrey. Okay, so they're inviting you, Audrey, to take the joy that you're feeling today, that you're tapping into, that you're receiving from people, that is present today on your birthday. Take that joy and to use that joy to make a decision that fully supports you, honors you, that goes against anything logical. So if there's anything logical that's been there that you've have not allowed yourself to make a decision, like anything there, it's like use this joy and use this space and connect to that which you're receiving, what's already there, what's present for you, and making a decision from that space, like like you're choosing Audrey, you're choosing you. And they're saying that this goes beyond like energy's moving. This goes beyond oh yeah, I get to choose my restaurant for my meal or something like that. No, this is like this is a deeper choice that is about choosing you. And they're sharing too that this doesn't have to happen today, but they're inviting you to connect with this energy, because this energy that you're receiving, that you're feeling, that you're receiving, like as they were like, come on, let's go. And they were sending it to you there, like that energy is really powerful to be able to stand. So it's like they're showing me a vision of you standing and you're just so tall, proud, confident, and you're making this decision. It's like the decision feels even better than it ever had prior. And they're just showing like you're taking steps forward, like one foot, the next foot. And like with those steps, it's almost like the steps were feeling out and it was like, oh, it's hot. I don't know. Should I go that way? And it's like, no, these 2 steps go forward with this. They're like anchoring in, anchoring in, anchoring in. And so they're saying right now, this is interesting. They're like, and Audrey, you didn't even really need to hear this today because you already knew it. is what they're saying. So this is Jeni speaking now. So at some level, you must have already known this, whether it was consciously or subconsciously or whatever the case was. Or maybe not, and that's just a nice remembering that you did actually already know. So happy birthday. Thank you for being here. Thanks for spending a little bit of time here with me. So grateful. So grateful. All right. So disconnecting from Audrey. Okay. Let's see. Hi, Heather. And Colleen. Okay, it looks like Yolanda's next. And let me see. There's a couple other things. Brandy, you said, I don't really understand the stuff, the records. We can chat outside of here. I have so many different things that I can share, whether it be podcasts or videos, to give you a little bit more insight into that, because we are running short on time. So yeah, that's what feels right. I see Dana. Okay. All right. Hi, Dana. All right, Yolanda. Gotta find your comment again. Okay. All right, Yolanda, I'm going to connect in and then I'll look and read your message. All right, Yolanda, Yolanda's question. Why have we been unable to get a home of our own in the 7 years since our move? Are we not supposed to be in this city? So let's see what they have to share. So they're saying the words very much in a tongue twisting poem type of thing. It's like, that which you desire is not that which you call for. I'm going to trust that makes sense, because it didn't make sense to me coming out, and we'll see what else they have to share. And they're saying misaligned desires. Misaligned desires. The wires are being crossed. The wires are being crossed. She said maybe sending mixed messages while trying to manifest. Okay, they're saying yes, my dear, and mixed messages in the questions in which you seek the manifesting. The questions in which you seek and the questions in which you ask. And they're sharing that you're asking questions, like they're showing me like you're asking questions to yourself, you're asking questions to a loved one, you're asking questions to God, universe, spirit, you're asking questions to other people. It's like, this is so interesting, because when I connected to your records, like, I didn't say this at the beginning, but now I remember why I didn't, is because like I just saw like chaos. Like I saw chaos, but it's organized chaos. Like I just saw a lot of like, I don't even know how to explain it because I don't know the word for it, but it's like, okay, the best way I can explain it, because they're not telling me like the words for it, I'm explaining the vision I'm seeing. So it's kind of like if you had a rubber band ball or even like a dog toy. So it's like a rubber band ball has everything on it, but like act like a dog toy that has like the holes in it. Like, so like there's holes, but there's like, I hope that makes sense because I have this vision. I don't know what to call it. I don't know how to explain it. I wish I had something to show you. And they're doing this very like, what are those things called where it's like a rhyme, kind of like the cat on Alice in Wonderland. He asks these riddles, like they're asking it in kind of a riddle, like the house in which you seek is that in which you sought. Like they're like asking questions in that way, and it's hard for me to grasp onto it because the way in which it's asked like doesn't make sense. And so it's like, the riddler is the riddlee, and is the riddlee that to see? Like they're asking it in these ways, and I think, I don't want to interpret limericks. Yeah, I don't know what they're called. They're like these, the energy of it feels like there's something for you to discover here, which is why these limericks or riddles or whatever they're calling are coming through, to have you really like come back to a place of understanding, of clarity, of wholeness around this. I walk and I play, I walk and I play, I walk in a circle, I walk all day. Doing, 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 acting, 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 being, being, being. I'm in this circle, going around to the middle of me, and the middle of me is not the circle, but the middle of me is what I feel like is in the circle. And from the middle of the circle, I am being, I am being, I am seeing, but I still don't know what I be, what I see. Is it me? She said, I get upset with my dreams too, trying to decipher, and I ask why they can't just spell it out. Carrie said, don't forget to breathe. And I'm working on understanding. So let's see if they will give you anything here to understand, or it could be that this is your lesson, coming to a place of understanding. It could be. So let me see if there's anything else they want to share. The lessons in which you seek, my dear, you will not find near or there or here or far. You will find inside of thee. The message in the envelope in which you are chasing and flying as it goes around is something that you cannot seem to bring down. This message in this message in this envelope that flies through the night is not a kite. It's not a kite that you are meant to go fight. Seek high or seek low, you will never know. For the answers you seek, you will find below. Yeah, that's where they're leaving it, my dear Yolanda. I definitely could not have made those up myself. There's something in there. You'll have the replay. You can come back. They're channeling Dr. Seuss. Yeah, like this is my human brain wants the answers as much as you do, but I trust that the answers are in there. The answers are there. And maybe they're not there. Maybe they're not there, and that's the point of it. So it's just trusting. Trust. Yolanda, sending you love. It's inside. Thank you so much. Yes. Wow. Yeah. Thank you for the experience, Yolanda. Let me see. Brad, I don't know what you're talking about. Alpha Kenny was B. I don't know what that is. Let me see who's next. Heather, do me a favor and copy paste that and send your question to me in messages. Heather's in my 7 weeks of magic group course that's starting on the 25th. And so this is not what I'm asking her to do, is not part of it, but I feel called to have her send that over to me because I can do that on the side, since she's one of the students in the 7 Weeks of Magic group experience that's launching on the 25th of July. The focus of 7 Weeks of Magic is to really deepen the connection with yourself and your self-trust, and to strengthen your intuition. And everything is led by the Akashic Record Keepers. There's going to be channel messages each week. Each person who comes in is going to get an Akashic Record activation. So you get your own 60-minute activation to go one-on-one and go deep. And then as we go through the process, you're going to be with a group of like-minded souls going through this experience. It's going to be absolutely amazing, absolutely life-changing on so many ways for myself and those who are coming in. So if that's something that you feel called to and you want to explore, I have a PDF I can send you. This is not one of those click the link, everybody's in. No, there's got to be a soul alignment, a soul fit with this. So Heather, send that to me on Messenger. I don't think we've connected on Voxer yet, but send that to me on Messenger and I'll go back around to you so I can use these last few minutes to see if I can get to 1 or 2 more people. Okay. Yeah, Carrie says there's a very special episode coming up soon. There is. So Thursday's episode of the Life Adventurous podcast is a reading. So if you want to experience like a little like 30-minute reading, Yolanda. Okay, so Yolanda, you'd like that invite. Do me a favor, because I don't know how to get in touch with you on YouTube. Can you connect with me in 1 of 2 places? Connect with me on Instagram. Let me see if I can do this. Where can I go? Okay, here's the easiest way to do this. So if you go to thelifeadventurous.com, you can go to my Instagram through there. And you can send me a message on Instagram. So I'm at the Akashic Nomad on there. And then another place for that is, let me see, create a banner. Yeah, or like my other social media, Facebook, Instagram, that would be the best. Like, okay, so all of my links are there. Like the podcast link is there. All of that is on the lifeadventures.com. It takes you to a link tree. So everything is there. Like everything you could ever want to connect with me, with all the free stuff and all of that. So Yolanda, I look forward to seeing you. Oh, Yolanda, thank you so much. I appreciate that. She sent me some coffee. So I had the buy me a coffee link up there. I think that's on my link tree. If not, I need to add it. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Let's see if we can do 1, maybe 2 more. Cause I think there's a couple of you that had questions. Let me see where I'm at. Let's see who's next. Got that. All right, Colleen. This might be the last one. Depends on how long Colleen's goes. And if we can get to it, I think Dana, you were next. And then after that, the next best thing, if we don't get to today, then the options would be to, if you want your own one-on-one reading, then you can find the link through thelifeadventures.com and you can book a reading with me. I've got 30 and 60 and 90-minute readings. Or you can come back next month on the 11th when I do this again. Or if I happen to do any pop-up things, then make sure you subscribe and follow and all that awesome, amazing stuff. All right. I got lost. Where was I? Colleen. Okay, Colleen. Hi, Colleen. Hi, Colleen. All right. Let me go ahead and connect. Colleen, there's so much peace here as I connect. And your question is, what does the record show in my sacred business? So they're sharing deep, deep healing, deep remembering. They're also bringing energy to my head. It feels like a pulsing. It feels like a headache. It's just in this area, right here. They're showing me and telling me, like, weaving the path, weaving the path, weaving the path, weaving the path. And the way that they're showing is as if you're in like a special space, in like a cave or a basement, or like just a special space that's just for you. And you're in there, and from that space, like, they're showing you connecting to like Mother Earth and connecting to the energy and really coming into this space where you're refueling and recharging. And from there, like, then you can emerge from the cave. And this isn't saying that you are in the cave, living in the cave. It's showing like you emerging out of the cave from this space, from this like really connected, beautiful, energetic place. And they're showing it like I said, you're weaving the webs, and the webs are energetic in a way where it's like you're pulling them in, and you're pulling these together in the energetic and then in the physical. And they're also letting me know that with this vision is also a this is unique because I've not had it come through this way before. So I'm going to do my best to explain what it is that I'm seeing and receiving from them. So this is a combination vision of a past life. And I laugh because I'm just like, it's like layered. It's like they're showing me a vision of you in a past life as like a medicine woman, a very magical essence, like a medicine woman or a witch or a magical, like you had powers. And none of these words, it's more medicine woman or shaman than it is witch. I'm going to say that. So it's like they're showing that there, but they're also, it's like it's layered, and it's like in this cave, in this vision, you are you in this life, as well as like the layerings and the teachings and the learnings of the you, what your soul was in a past life. There's more unfolding here. So they're sharing that with this layering in this cave, that is being in this cave, being in this basement, being in this space, that is what this past version of your soul had desired and wanted and did a bit out of protection. And they're sharing that you don't need to be in the cave anymore. That you can, in fact, have that experience and connect into that, and letting this beautiful past version, this past life, this past version, this essence of your soul know that you appreciate her, because you don't want her to go away, because she is supporting you. She's supporting you on this vision, on this mission, in your business, in your life. She's supporting you in so many ways, because you're able to, like, all of what you did in that lifetime is able to be remembered and is able to be present. And at the same time, you don't like have to hide. You don't have to hide. You don't have to hide. The hiding, the cave is not necessary. The cave, the basement can be supportive and can be there to help you, but it's not there as a crutch. It's not there as a must. It's not there as a has to be. And they're saying you can modernize the cave, like modernize this, and like like they just took me into this beautiful like backyard vision where there's this like beautiful like terrace type of space with flowers. And it's a very beautiful space where you still are harnessing your energy and bringing everything together and weaving the webs and doing all of that. There is much to come. There is much to come. There is much to come. You have tapped into a portion of this. You have tapped into a portion of this, and there is so much more. And the so much more is not from the space of you are not enough. The so much more is from the space of, holy crap, there's so much more. How much more amazingness, how much more beauty, how much more essence, how much more love and beauty is here. And they're sharing that, like that they're saying, like how much more is here will not be accessed from like the basement cave, right? It's like honoring this past version of you and then bringing her along into the modern times. Be like, cool, I love you. Come be here with me. I appreciate it. Like you're all here, but we're like doing this my way this time. I found a better way. I found a safe way. I found a way for us to bring this all together. So I still honor you and I still want your magic. I want your power. I want what it is that you have taught, you've learned, and you're teaching me and you have taught me in this lifetime. I love you. I honor you. All right, Colleen, that concludes the message for today. So grateful you came here. She said, this makes perfect sense. I am a priestess. Oh my God, how cool. I love this. Thank you so much. I feel this truth. Oh, I just like, I'm like, I just, as soon as reading that, I just saw this huge vision of you just really like 1,000% owning all that which is. And that's how they want me to say it, like all that which is, and owning all of that and being like so juicy and so amazing in your presence and your beingness that like the other things that have held you back from the human experience, like, oh, my clothes, oh, my hair, oh, how do I look, oh, the aesthetics, I don't know, stuff like that that has held you back, like doesn't even exist in this vision. Like you are so grounded and rooted and so powerful, and at the same time powerful without speaking a peep. Like you don't even have to speak to express the power. That is not required. That is not required. They're showing that the power is down in your solar plexus and in your sacral. Ooh, God. It's like down in that area, and that's where the power is. And it's like, there's such a power in standing in that. And it's like, as the things bubble up, like they're coming from that place, and when they are spoken, it will be heard. Like that is powerful. I feel that through every cell in my body. And I thank you for the experience because it is so beautiful, Colleen. It is so beautiful. It is so beautiful. Thank you so much, Colleen. So awesome. Literally crying. True sister. Oh, I feel this so much. Like, you know what's amazing? This is Jeni speaking, is like Akashic record readings. Like I'm the guide, right? All I'm doing is I'm sharing what's here for you. And also at the same time, like, and that's what I love about like the 7 weeks of magic program and everything I'm doing with this. It's like, we're in this together. This is, Colleen, you're actually activating something in me right now that I'm about to say. For so long, I have desired from a human egoic perspective, not from a soul perspective. I have desired to be viewed and seen as an expert, to be seen that the words I have to share have value, to be accepted on a stage, to transform lives from that perspective, to be one of those people who writes the books and who I don't know, has the book that goes around the world that's translated in a million, like the expert. I have desired in so many different versions of showing up to be the expert. And I'm so grateful, Colleen, because someone else who is one of my good friends, and she's also going to be in the 7 Weeks of Magic, she just reflected back to me something really beautiful that planted the seed for this to really, like, really bloom right here. Colleen, thank you. And everybody, because all of this is everybody being here. Is this, this beautiful soul told me, you are not, like, you are a guide. You're not meant to be an expert. And you know what's interesting about all of what I just said is I am more activated and in alignment and trusting myself and speaking my truth and speaking from a place of confidence and speaking from my soul and from a grounded energy and trusting my intuition and all of these things in a place much more than any other iteration when I was trying to be an expert, and I desired that so much. Desired that so much. So much. That the thing is like, that's so powerful about this is that all of those things I desired from that egoic place are probably going to happen, and I like will enjoy them and they will be fun, but it's like, it's not the drive anymore. It's not the drive anymore. That's not the thing. And I am stating this in a very public way right now for everybody to hear, because also we are all reflecting back to each other. There is power in hearing each other's stories. And I know for a fact that some of you who are on here right now live, or maybe you were on previously and maybe the universe brings you back to listen to this part, is that some of what came through today from the Akashic Record Keepers, this just helps some of that go deeper for you to receive your messages of what it is that you needed to receive. Yolanda, you're one of them that keeps popping up in my head. Like the message that came through for you, there's something in, chills. There's something in what I just said that's being reflected back to you in this message. That like, I am hot. Like I am like hot right now. I'm sweating. Like I'm feeling this. There's such a power in this. Thank you so much for being here. I am so grateful to all of you. So grateful. So grateful. I'm going to throw this up one more time. So if anybody wants to support this or is feeling guided, I've got this cool thing, buy me a coffee, which is awesome. And I'm so grateful for all of that comes in. Let me check out some of these comments that came through. I feel it too. You're beautiful. Wow. I see you. Oh, Jeni Holla bloomin'. Kind of reminds me of the bloomin' onion. You're welcome, Colleen. I'm an amazing guide. Thank you so much. Feel so filled with grace. Yolanda, I am. Yes, girl, you am. You are. It's so weird. I am. You are. We all am. I don't know. I'm trying too hard now. Pondering all of it. Thank you. Yes, get it, Jeni, the blooming rose. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for being here. So grateful. So grateful. I'll be here next month on the 11th at 11 a.m. Of course, come follow along on the journey. I'd love to hear from some of you in between readings and to continue to build a relationship with you. Bloomin' onion. You just popped up in my feed. Oh, see, Colleen, it's so perfect. It was so meant to be, like divine timing. Divine timing, Colleen. I freaking love it. I'm continuing to be shown the power of divine timing and trusting. Holy shit, and trusting. I could probably spend like a whole session talking about what I've been called to like come into with trusting and how it shows up and all of that. I could probably spend a whole bunch of time doing that. Let's see. Colleen said, I hope I can find you again. Girl, if you like, I don't know the best way. I was gonna say, if you hop on my email list, I'll send a reminder, but I didn't send a reminder this time because I just didn't have time. Karen, this is an amazing experience. Thank you for coming. Her energy issues. Thank you all so much. I love you all. Sending you a big hug. I do have to go. I have a reading here that I need to prepare for within an hour. So I'm going to disconnect, clear out my energy, and get prepared for a one-on-one reading that I have. So thank you all so much. I'll see you on the next live. I'll see you in the emails, and I'll see you around. Sending love. Bye.